winners, and welcome to Two for the Win with your hosts, Nick and Will. Have you ever wondered about what it's like to vacation in the Smoky Mountains near Gatlinburg, Tennessee? Well, whether you have or haven't, this is what we're going to talk about today. So we're looking forward to chatting more about that. But before we get to Nick's trip to Gatlinburg, please be sure to subscribe, share, and follow Two for the Win on your favorite platform. And want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, Nick Menard and Associates with Dream Vacations. Thank you, Nick Menard.
You're welcome. Hello, winners.
Hello. So, I'm glad to see that you don't have X's across your eyes from drinking a ton of moonshine in Gatlinburg. That's what that area is famous for. I've been there before. It's got some tasty moonshine. But excited to talk about this. A little different destination than what we've talked about in the past. And know you had a great time, so
exactly.
Yeah.
It's not all about, like exotic travels or things like going to Japan or New Zealand. Sometimes it's like America is the most beautiful country in the world, and I believe this. And you have a lot of place to go and enjoy yourself with your family without having to take a plane or have a passport.
There you go. So I've been to Gatlinburg before, but I've only been once. This was what, your second or third time? I can't
Fourth
remember.
time.
Fourth time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're going to be considered a local pretty soon.
I love Gatlinburg. I mean, seriously, I love Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
Like Pigeon Forge and all the area.
Yeah. So why don't you kind of break down the little bit of like the overview of where you stayed and then why Gatlinburg appeals to you so much, and then we can get into the specifics.
Absolutely. So the first time I went was through someone I knew who told me, hey, we can go to Gatlinburg. It's going to be different, and there's a lot of moonshine tasting, rum I really like, and it's a fun area, beautiful scenery, and I'm like, oh, why not? It's something different. I never really thought about Tennessee coming from Europe, but I thought it was all about country music, Nashville, which I like, but I didn't think about going on vacation there. And when I went the first time, I fell in love with the area. Like, it's gorgeous, of course, Smoky Mountains, so everything is in the word. Even when it's a sunny day, you always have that smoke on top of the mountains. And then when it's like more a cover day, like it's a lot of smoke. So it's pretty different. And in order to get to Gatlinburg, so you can fly, of course. If you fly, the shorter shortest airport is Knoxville. Mm-hmm. But when you go there, you still have an hour plus drive, even though it's only 35 miles, because it's 30 miles an hour kind of road. Like when you go, you drive up the hill, up the mountain, go back down, and it's a very, very, it's very narrow. So you need to pay attention. And if you drive, like I drove this time, I always took plane before. It's the first time that I actually drove up there. From Southwest Florida, it's around 12 hours driving straight. And it's, easy drive the first 9.5, and then the last 2.5 hours is literally like all in a mountain. So it's very it takes a lot of time to get there, but once you are there, it's gorgeous. It's like the city of Gatlinburg is in the middle of all those mountains, and then you have like one road to go off to go to Pigeon Forge, which is the largest city in the area. And it's literally like Disney World for adults, I call that. So they have tons of activities. There's never a dull moment. You have, of course, the moonshine tasting, the wine tasting, which is very sweet because it's usually fruity wine. So if you like sweet wine, you will love it. If you like dry, don't go for that. Then you have cider. I love cider because I'm not a beer drinker. So I love drinking cider when everybody else are drinking beer, for example. And they have the most delicious cider that I ever taste. And so when I go there, I make sure to always come back with something. But now that I drove, I came back with a lot more than usually by flying. So yes, and then you go to sightseeing places. So you have something called Anikista in Gatlinburg. So Gatlinburg, there's one main street, which is called the Strip. It's a lot smaller, of course, than the Strip we know in Vegas. But it's literally like one road where you have replay, believe it or not. You have the aquarium, which is pretty spectacular. So I would truly advise you guys to go there. There's like a tunnel, all glass that you can walk around in the aquarium, and you see all those sharks and other stuff that you literally are like next to them. And I have some picture that I will ask the Persian company to put in. So you should watch the YouTube channel where you see literally the teeth of the shark was like that far away from my face. So it was pretty impressive. Then you have all the, of course, tasting, moonshine, bars, restaurants, sport bar. You have All Red, the Blake Shelton's bar, who is there. That's super fun. You go, you have good food, and if you like country music, you have someone singing like 3 times a day. So that's pretty neat. And then, like I said, you have some place called Anarchista. Anarchista is a place where you go on a bench. It's how do you call a lift?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's a bench lift, and then you go up in the mountain, and then from upstairs you have like the best picture to take. Of course, you are very high, and then you have like it's a little village up there that they built where you have some walking bridge tree. So you have like bridges between trees that you
Oh, that's
walk,
cool.
and it's pretty cool because it moves pretty damn good. So you don't have to be too scared because it moves pretty good. So then when you finish that, you have place to take pictures. Like I said, there's a lot of different places where you can take picture. You have a tower that you can walk. It's a lot of steps, so you will have a lot of steps that day. You can walk on top of the tower, and then you have even better picture to take from there. You have ice cream spot that is pretty cool with tons of different flavors. A restaurant is very good. I highly recommend it. Go eat there. It is the best view from the table. Extremely worth it. A lot of chance to see bears. This time I didn't see them.
Oh, really?
But normally I always see bears from Anarchista. This time I didn't, but you have a lot of opportunity to see animals and things like that. So pretty damn cool. Then you have on the other side of the strip, you have something called the Sky Bridge. And the Sky Bridge is also something, same principle. You go up on the lift, you sit down, you go up on the lift. And on top, you have like a big bridge from one side to the side of the mountain. And then you walk, and in the middle, it's glass.
Oh,
So
that's
you
cool.
walk on glass. So you see people like who turn around because they don't dare to pass, or people who pass and film. So you will see on the YouTube channel, because I took a video when I walked on it. But you are pretty high, and you have amazing view from there to Gatlinburg city. So you can literally see the village of Gatlinburg there down, and then you can take the best video, the best pictures, things of that nature. So it's a pretty good spot as well. So I would strongly suggest, if you go to Gatlinburg, you do Skybridge and you go to Anarchista, you will not be disappointed. You have literally everything. Then something that's very well known about Gatlinburg is their mini golf. So they have like tons of mini golfs around, but you have a mini golf where you have to take like a lift to get there, and it's like different level, and each level you take a lift to go up it's literally in the Rockies. And so you play like hole number 2 there, then hole number 3 you have to take like it's adventurous, but it's good. You have a lot of animation on the main floor on the strip, where you have like mini golf in the dark with like everything like lights. So it's pretty cool. You have attractions like earthquake. When they simulate an earthquake, you go in there. You have a lot of different kind of attraction there, but it's very neat and fun to spend a full day there easily. A couple of days Gatlinburg downtown, and you will have a blast with your significant other, by yourself, or with family. It's very family oriented in that area. So when you go to Pigeon Forge, definitely everything is very family oriented. But as an adult, I enjoy myself a lot there. So that's something to take into consideration. For the tasting, something good to know. You can have one tasting a day on each location, but you have like 12 or something. So you can literally spend the day. And the way it works, it's $5 usually, sometimes $8, but it's $5 to taste 8 to 10 different flavors. And you receive a $5 coupon to buy in the store. So it's free. So what we do usually, it's we go with a group or whoever you go with, and then everybody accumulate those coupons, and then the last day you go buy, moonshine or t-shirt or whatever you want to buy in those stores. But it's pretty cool as a souvenir as well. So I did all of them again, but not as much as I used to. I used to do it every day. I did it one time each, I think. And then it's like I said, moonshine, cider, wine, and you just drink. And it's a good atmosphere. The people who serve you have always a story for each serving, so it's usually very fun. It's a very adult oriented, of course, it's alcohol, but it's very, very fun. You have a comedy club also there, so that's also very good in Gatlinburg itself. Now going to Pigeon Forge. So Pigeon Forge is the city of Dolly. So Dolly Parton, she's, she has everything there. So she has the Dollywood, which is a very, very known attraction park. It's very family oriented. You don't go there if you want to go to something like Six Flags or Disney. It's not the same, but it's more all about country, about lifestyle in the Smokies. There are some attractions who are pretty good, but it's more family oriented where you have to go and walk around and have a feel of it. It's more to feel things than going to attraction back and forth. But it's good to do with family a day. You have Dolly has different the dinner show. So the most popular is Dolly Braxton Stampede. So the Stampede is, of course, you go inside, and then it's very similar as those medieval kind of dinner show that you have in Orlando, Vegas, and other place, New York, where you go in and then you have like different attraction with horses. There were buffaloes. There were like you have it in your farm, like
What, cows?
cows and
And
stuff.
horses?
Yeah, and then no, you have those. I forgot my English.
Pigs?
Yeah, you have pigs. You have a pigs running and things like that. It's hilarious. And then you have like team red against team blue, and then you just go, and then you get fed during that. So it's pretty impressive. I mean, you will see pictures on YouTube, but you receive a full chicken. Like everybody receive a full chicken with like bunch of things going with it. You have like a soup before that. You have the dessert, like was an apple whatever it's called.
Turnover?
Yeah, apple turnover or something else. I always took the apple turnover. I went 2 times. So yeah, that's a pretty good time to go. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you don't feel the time passing because you're always busy looking at something. So it's pretty good. She has another one who is called the Pirates show. So it's the same principle, but it's in the water and it's pirates, and it's really good. I had very good seat, and it was very fun. It's like the history of a pirate ship who is taken by the haunted guy, and it was some Hawaiian stuff in the middle, and it's really good. It's like a mini Cirque du Soleil. Let's say it's literally like that, and you get also food for 2 hours. So that was something that I would highly recommend. I did a Comedy Barn. Comedy Barn is a show. It's not like it's like a circus, but it's daily, 3 times a day. There's no food with it, but it's super fun. So there was like 500 people inside, and they pick from someone from people inside. Of course, the first person they picked was me to go and make fun of my apparently have an accent. I didn't know that. So
yeah,
yes.
you got that Southern Tampa accent.
Yeah, it's Southwest Tampa.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I did that, and it was hilarious. Some of the experience there were pretty neat with people who know how to have fun. That's for sure.
I saw that guy hit you on the head with the thing.
Yeah, so basically we had three. They called 3 people out, and then of course I was one of the 3, and then they just start asking you questions and making fun of you in front of everybody, which everybody laugh. And I played the game. So and then they just tell you, when I hit you on your head with that thing, you need to open your mouth, and when I hit you on the shoulder, you need to clap. And so of course they go fast, so you do the wrong thing, and then they make fun, and then it's making sound, and that was fun. But they had other hard acts with animals and other humans who were pretty cool to see. That's probably my favorite show of the 3.
Okay.
Even though there's not food included, but it's very good. They know how to have fun. That's for sure. So that's in Pigeon Forge. But you have like a place called the Island where you have it's like a mini like fair all year long, and it's a lot of activities to do. Also a lot of moonshine tasting, a lot of different stores when you can have fun there. And walking distance, you have a bunch of activities. The Comedy Barn is walking distance from there, and then you have Alcatraz. Alcatraz is a museum, and it's not a museum about Alcatraz itself. It's a museum. You are in Alcatraz, but it's a museum about serial killers, about most famous bombing, kidnapping, and you learn about the story of each. So it's like a Netflix documentary, but immense. Like, and you walk from room to room, and you learn stuff that you didn't know about some serial killer, about stuff like that. You have their clothes when the day they die, or you have the car of Bonnie and Clyde, who is
Oh,
there.
wow.
The
Okay.
car of Simpson when he got arrested, the White Fort, that's there.
Oh, really?
So they have bunch of things actually that really happened. So if you like Netflix show about documentary, or if you like to learn about serial killer, any of them, go there and you will have a blast. It's spend like 2 hours inside, and you have like a lot of hundreds of rooms, and you go in and you learn about them. So that's something, if you like that, it's good. They
You
have
should have Robert Riggs to ask if
yeah,
he ever went
I
there,
know.
right?
I was
Probably,
thinking
yeah.
about him at that time.
Uh,
And they have a lot of different one. The only one that I would mention as well, because I've been there, actually when I just been there the last time, is Titanic. So if you like the story of Titanic, and if you like history about knowing everything about the people in the who were in the Titanic, the price that they paid for each stuff, the kind of how many women, how many men, how many children, in which category, why some survive, why not, the temperature of the water. So they have literally water there. You put your hands in, and it's a real temperature of when that happened. Like a giant replica of the stairs, the famous stairs of the Titanic, when you can take pictures. So they have a lot of very good things, but it's very historical. So if you go to see attraction, it's not going to be the case. It's going to be more history about the Titanic, the history of the Titanic. But I thought it was very well done, and that's also something that you can do in Pigeon Forge. And I pass, and there's hundreds of things to do over there. But
on the Titanic, did they have the display that showed that actually Jack could have fit on that board with Rose? Did anything with that?
They show you actually the board where they stand. So they show exactly the size of the board that they were supposed to be there. And
she
stuff.
hosed him.
I know.
She hosed him big time.
I know. But you will see. It's pretty interesting. Like the food that they were serving, everything. The inclination. So the heat happened at that time. And then at that time, that his inclination was that much. And then you have actually inclination there with like you are on the ship. So you can try to hold yourself and
Really?
go higher. And so you see how it happened. It took 2 hours from the heat to the time that it's actually like synced. So they that's really neat to see and to go. Anyway, long story to explain that if you go there with your family, you will not have a dull moment. You will not have a time. And I didn't even think about food. The food is outstanding.
What was one of your favorite dishes?
When I go to Gatlinburg, I always end up in Five Oaks Farms, which is my favorite breakfast place in the world. Like I every single time I go, I end up there. Like I've been a week and I've been 2 times there. And it's an hour wait. Like it's huge. It's a farm, and it's always like tons of people outside waiting, which you never see, and it's every day. So I have a trick. If you go on their website, you can actually scroll down in the complete bottom. You will see a button, join wait list.
Okay.
And so what I do before I even take a shower, I put my join list, because it's already like an hour wait. And then I take a shower, and it's like 5-10 minutes from Gatlinburg. So I get ready, then I take the car, I go there, and then they literally told me, "Oh, wait for the text." And I think like 2 minutes later, boom, text, the table was ready. So if you know that you're gonna, you just do that, and don't wait an hour with all the peasants outside. So you just can do that. But the food is outstanding. The kitchen is open, so you can see them cooking, and it's a farm, so it's very like southern style. The food is cheap. Like I'm talking, I love biscuit and gravy. So they made their own biscuit and gravy, and it comes for a portion of 4. It's $8.
Oh wow!
And 5 years ago, the first time I went, it was $5.
Oh wow! Inflation.
Yeah, I know, but $8 still dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Then they have. I'm not a big cinnamon guy, but they have a cinnamon cake, and it's like the size of a plate, and it's $6.50, and it's warm. And every single time that I tell people to go to try that thing, they always come back and say, "I never taste something that delicious in my life." And I'm not a big cinnamon guy. It's literally insanely, ridiculously delicious. I have no idea why they do that.
You should eat that while you drink a root beer.
No, root beer, guys. God, that should be banned. I will actually sign a
You can start
petition
a
to ban
petition to ban
root
root beer.
beer. They had moonshine root beer.
Yeah.
They refused to taste it. That's the only thing I didn't put in my mouth, like, because they had
I've tried it before. It's not that good.
it cannot be. I mean, who thought about that? But yeah, so they have of course like all kind of eggs that you can imagine. But everything is delicious. I had like a casserole the first day. I had a casserole with like a mix of pretty much everything I like, and then I took the side of that, and it was like orange juice and like more biscuit and stuff, and my $25.
Wow.
I mean, you cannot beat that. I don't know how they make profit, but that place is packed. It's only lunch and breakfast and lunch.
Oh, okay.
I only do breakfast, but I heard the lunch is delicious, but I never did because I go for breakfast there. And then usually I'm full until late. So then I just have ribs or something. They have delicious ribs there in Gatlinburg. So they have a lot of place where you can have the best ribs you can have, and everything is open decent time, so you can always get something to eat anywhere over there. But it's pretty out there, out of from there you can go to other places, but it's going to be hours driving. So this is literally Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge are the two places where you can have fun in an amazing environment, beautiful scenery. Wherever you look at, it's gorgeous. You can rent a cabin if you want. Talking about accommodations, so you have cabins that you can rent. Or you can call us and ask, and we have some we can do something for you and reserve some hotels and stuff like that. You have tons of options because there's hotels everywhere. Normally I stay on the Strip. This time I stayed at Westgate, the Smoky Mountains. They have like huge land, and everything burned 2 years ago. 80% of the Westgate burned 2 years ago. So they rebuild everything. So everything is brand new pretty much. Nice. And now they're building even more because they bought more lots on top, and they're building 18 and 24 rooms. So I stayed in a 2-bedroom villa kind of thing. Amazing amenities. They have everything from fully equipped kitchen, like washer, dryer, a 2 full bedroom, bathroom, huge eating area, dining room, like a fire pit, always open. Outside, you have a huge place outside, like a balcony kind of thing, but huge, with like, rocking chair, and then you just have view on the stuff. They said that there's a lot of bears. I didn't see them, but we met people. The group, some groups who were there, and they told us that they saw bears, like family of bears in the morning. So just unlucky this time that I was not able to see them, but they are there. And, and so very easy access to everything. They have a back road that only people who are from there, who are staying at the hotel, can actually go on the back road to go literally almost on the Strip. So that's super easy access. And the other side, you take the main entrance, and then you have like literally 5-minute driving, you are Pigeon Forge. Okay. So this is a very great location, and you can go as 1 bedroom to 24 bedroom. So you have a choice. And like I said, they have multi-pools, outdoor pools who are heated. You have if you're a family with a lot of children or first children, you have a huge indoor pool with slides and everything. So they call it a mini, like volcano in Orlando. So a mini like outdoor water park. Park. So you have that as well. The restaurant is neat. We went there a couple of times to eat, and it was delicious, nice, well done. Like you have nice view. I will put some pictures again, but very, very worthy to go there. They have a bar with TVs, very professional people working there. I had no complaints whatsoever. The only thing, because it's always something, is that you could literally hear everything from the outside. And even though you don't see a road, there is the main road to go from, and you could see from the room. You could hear from the room everything. You don't see nothing. You see all trees and mountains, but behind there is a road, and it's not a double like in Florida. We have the special, like hurricane windows. Of
Yeah.
course, they don't have that there, so you could hear the cars.
Okay.
That's little detail, but
Yeah.
you get used to it. But I would highly recommend to go to Westgate. I was actually surprised. I think Westgate, people are used to here in Florida to go to those Florida Westgate or Vegas Westgate or things like that. But the two best Westgate by far are the Smoky Mountain ones in Tennessee and then Park City. So those I would recommend for clients mainly.
No, that sounds awesome. And like when I went, I don't know, it was like 4 years ago. I actually stayed in the cabin because there was 3 families that went, so it was 11 people. Did see black bears right next door, which was a little woohoo, you know, something like that. And then the other thing, I don't know if you did this or not, but did you go hiking? Because they have waterfalls.
Yeah, they have a bunch of waterfalls.
Yeah.
I didn't do this time
Okay.
because my leg, but that's true. There's tons of opportunity to go hike, to go
and
tubing.
easy hikes, not hard. Yeah, they weren't hard. I mean, they have harder hikes, but if you're somebody who's not looking to really stress out on the hike, they have some easy paths.
Yeah, and then you have ATV, zip line, all those things. I didn't do that, but you have opportunity to go do ATV, zip lining, tubing in the river and things like that. So it was very hot because in the summer there it's getting very, very hot, and in the winter it's getting pretty cold. So choose what you want. In the winter, they have like a Christmas. So a lot of things are about Christmas in Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. So you have like in Pigeon Forge, you have a whole area with only about Christmas, but whole year long. And so you have like stores next to each other. It's only about Christmas. You can literally spend an hour just going from store to store, and it's all about Christmas, and you can buy all year long for Christmas.
That's
so
interesting.
if people like the atmosphere of Christmas, you will love their area as well, because they are very, that's the feel when you are in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. Is very Christmassy, even though it was June. But when you go, I went 2 years in December, and it's all about Christmas. It's cold though. Yeah. It's cold, and it can be rainy and stuff, but the atmosphere is top.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Yeah, my boys were there the same time you were, and they had a plate of ribs. It was one of the biggest plate of ribs I've ever seen. So if you like to eat, that is a place to go. That sounds a lot of good places to eat in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. But yeah, lots to do. It is a cool area, and we didn't even touch everything. They got the little person wrestling that they had that there.
They're everywhere.
I know. Bless them. And then they, I don't know if it's still there, but when I was there last time, they had the Firebird from Smokey and the Bandit, the movie, the black.
Oh, Firebird! Yeah. I didn't really see them because I was never that late out. But in December, you always see them. Definitely when you go down from the Anakista or it's getting darker, you see them everywhere.
Yeah. That's cool. Anything else you want to share with the listeners about that?
No, sorry, I just throw up everything. And
no. Obviously, you had a great time, which is great.
Nah, that was really, really neat. And it's not the first time, but every time I have a good time. And I would recommend to go by car so you can buy the thing that you like there. Yeah. I think I bought 25 bottles. I don't think I did buy 25 bottles between cider, cream stuff, and wine.
There you go. Yep. No, it sounds like a great time, and I've enjoyed it too. It's a nice change of pace from, we've talked, like you said, resorts and things like this. This is more like a at-home kind of feel, but you have the Smoky Mountains, which are absolutely beautiful. So if you haven't been, definitely check it out. And if you do drive, there's places like Mammoth Cave in Kentucky. There's a lot of things you can stop and see along the way if you don't want to drive straight through. So there's actually things along the path, assuming you're coming from Florida, that you can check out. But that'll wrap up today's Wanderlust Wednesday. Hopefully you painted a nice picture. And to Nick's point, please check out the YouTube page so you can see some of the photos of that trip in that area. But this will wrap it up. So please be sure to subscribe, share, and follow 2 for the Win on your favorite platform. And shout out again to today's sponsor, Nick Menard and Associates with Dream Vacations. Hope you have your next Wanderlust adventure in mind, winners, but that'll do it all for now. Take care.
Bye, winners.